Today, we're breaking down how real estate agents are closing six-figure deals just inside of their Instagram DMs, going from a 2% commission to a 4% without question. So, again, maybe you have a buyer looking in 3 to 6 months. You don't want to lose that buyer just because they found someone else who understands their situation better, which is why we don't ask qualifying questions like, what are you approved for? It's exactly things that helped James close 3 deals this month with this exact strategy. And we just had Omar this month from Arizona use our content strategy to actually get his first ever lead after like 5 simple videos. But that's content. We're not here to talk about content, but it's kind of the funnel that makes this all work. So here are just some common mistakes, the things that people don't really understand when someone likes your post. They are showing interest, but they're not ready to buy yet when someone just straight up likes your Instagram reel. They're in something that I like to call they're in research mode. They're looking around, liking everyone else's home tour. So when you hit them up with, hey, are you pre-approved? Like maybe you slid in their DMs, or do you have an agent already? Their sales guard is so incredibly high that you might get a response from them. Probably won't. We'll be honest here. So we're gonna just saying that makes it impossible for them to like want to work with you, just because they already get commission breath. So right here feels like you're gonna disqualify them. You're gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, you should probably work on that. Let me just like slide you over to my lender super quick. And that's not what they want. They want to build that connection with you. So social media is that place to, again, continue build relationships, but you can get deals with total strangers if you don't ask these bad questions. And we're going to show you using my framework down here how we don't do that and don't ask them, but find out their pain point and dial in on that. Book a call. So, you got to really understand what they're looking for before you ask any sort of qualifying question. You probably shouldn't even ask a qualifying question until you get on a phone call with them, honestly. Even if they ask, like, what are the prices for XXX? Like, just acknowledge what they're saying, which we're going to get in the framework, and then continue asking your question. Because, again, the more numbers you share about money, the more they're going to, if you say the wrong number, they're going to ghost you. So, um, you know, I mean, think about it. If someone were to walk up to you at an open house and you immediately asked, "Hey, are you pre-approved or do you have an agent?" They'd probably walk right out. Like DMs work this exact same way, and here's how agents are closing six-figure deals, instead of saying that. So this is my exact framework that I use for all the agents inside of the Real Estate Content Academy. This is the ACAI DM framework. Every single DM they send to a conversation, starting one, could be brand new, could be an old conversation, follows this structure. It's acknowledgement, compliment, ask, plus intention. Again, asking, what home price that you want is a question, but there's no intention. Like you're not gonna like use that, like the home price they're looking for, as leverage to book a call with them. Because once you've booked a call with them, they're like 95% yours, which is why we lead them to it. This process is what turns a cold DM into a warm conversation, and here's how each part works. So let's start with A. So here, we're just recognizing their specific engagement or statement that they said if you're already in a conversation. Maybe they liked or they just followed. And so we're giving the reason for the reach out. A lot of times you have to start that conversation first, not them. If you're only relying on DMs that will like come up to you in like in your DMs being like, "Hey, will you be my agent?" You'll definitely get more of those if you're posting the right strategized and targeted content, but probably not many. So you can start off with like me in my area here in the Bay Area of California. Just say, "Hey, name. I saw you liked one of my posts of the home in Oakley. You know, hey John, I I saw you liked my home tour in Oakley that I posted the other day." Compliment, the C. This helps build rapport. Now you do not need to compliment every single message, but if it fits, and obviously you're sending a first message to them, it might be helpful. You'll seem a little bit more genuine for something like, "You know what? That's a solid area." Or you can give a compliment about something you saw on their page, like again, home in Oakley. I love seeing that you're actually in a nearby city and, always hanging out with the kids outside by the park. Something that you see on their page. Sometimes it's a physical compliment or it can be like a positive tone. Like saying it's a solid area reconfirms their initial think and their like. Like you are confirming that it was good that they liked your post in that area. Now here's the AI, which is ask plus intention. So this is where you are opening a conversation with the intention to lead somewhere that feels natural and not salesy. You could say something like, are you a native to the Bay Area? Or, are you looking to move near X neighborhood? Now, sometimes I'll do a combination because imagine two people who like your local post area might be looking to move, or they just liked it because like they know where the area is, they're local, which you can still get a lead from. They could be wanting to get out of their current situation. So when I'm sending DMs, I don't usually like to always give like a two-way reply because then you all got to figure out, okay, if they say this, then I got to say this. If they say this, then I got to say this. So as a very opening message to a brand new follower or someone who liked, say, hey John, I just saw you followed my page. I really appreciate it. Um, saw you liked, saw you actually lived in the area. I'm really glad I love spending time here. I hope you do as well. Are you a native to the Bay Area, or are you kind of looking to move near this neighborhood? Obviously, actually, that one falls more under if you liked a specific post, and you don't want to make this a massive paragraph. A lot of times, like people will send one entire massive paragraph. If you can send it in a separate paragraph, seems like you're not just like rambling the whole time. So to sum it up, the key is that each step builds on the last one. Acknowledgement shows you're paying attention. Compliment builds trust. Then the question feels natural instead of random. Now, here we go. How most agents either stop or here's how they're blowing it. So, um, or sorry, again, I'm seriously dyslexic. I failed spelling in third grade. Now, here's where most agents either stop or completely blow it. What to do after they respond. Once they respond, most agents either don't follow up immediately or jump to want to hop on a call. This messes up the whole entire conversation because you just wasted the lead if you don't follow up, or if you wait 7 days. You could maybe wait 48 hours. But if you just say want to hop on a call, you have not built that rapport with them. Like there's no reason for them to hop on a call if you really think about it, unless they literally asked, "Hey, can we hop on a call?" Because at first it seems like you were just genuinely curious about them and their situation. And then, curious about them. But, maybe they are thinking that, oh, this guy just wants a sale out of me. And then they'll completely ghost you. The secret, though, is matching their energy and gradually building rapport. So this is how an example conversation right here. Hey, John, saw you liked my posts of the home in Oakley. It's a solid area. Are you looking in, X neighborhood? Maybe they say just looking. Gotcha. Yeah. Like if they're replying with 1, 2, 3 word replies, keep it short. You got to match their vibe. Keep your like acknowledgement short. If you need a compliment, keep it short as well. Then ask your question with intention. A lot of people start out that way. Have you been looking for a while, or you just recently got interested? So this is what opens up to, either or. So if they've been looking for a while, like, yeah, if you're kind of touring homes, you've been looking for a while. Or if they recently got interested and they're just like caught off by like a first message, then that's where they'll open up. Again, one can be, hey, I saw you liked my post of the home in Oakley. It's a solid area. Are you kind of looking to live near here? Yeah, kind of. We're actually thinking about moving later. So now they opened up. This is where we dig deeper. If they say this, separate. But if they open up a bit, we need to dig. So it's like nice. Are you mainly, again, no need really for a compliment. Or you could say, I love the area. Nice. Are you mainly checking out X neighborhood, or are you open to other spots too? Now you get to kind of understand what they are looking for. Always listen for their concerns and address them naturally. But do you see how we are following the natural flow of the conversation and we're not trying to force anything? This will help you come across less salesy, no more sales resistance, and more like a person just genuinely trying to help them. But here's the game changer that turns these conversations into calls. How to hop on a call. When the conversation is going well and they're engaged, this is where most agents want to schedule a consultation, which is heavy for the lead if not done in the right way. Instead, offer of something of value first, and then say something like, a lot of the best deals never really even hit Zillow. Um, there are pre-market homes that sell fast. I can keep an eye out for those if you want. You know, do you want to do a quick 10-minute chat just so I can kind of see and keep an eye out for what you're looking for? Ooh, I love when this hits because when you do it at the right moment, not waiting too long, but not doing it too quick. Doing this positions the call as a benefit to them without pressure. Without pressure is the key to make sure that you can actually help find exactly what they might be looking for. Plus, 10-minute chat feels way less intimidating than a consultation. So if you're taking any keepaways, if you're taking notes right now, which I advise you would be, I literally have 3 different notebooks at my desk, one for general notes and 2 different ones for different academies that I'm in myself, like my own coaching. This is not about having the perfect script. It's about meeting people where they are instead of where you want them to be. Most agents miss and just jump right into sales mode, wanting to close a deal or hop on a call immediately, or give them, hey, here's the numbers, here's the prices to my area. But once you understand this, everything changes. You stop trying to qualify them and start the conversation naturally instead of forcing the sale. This one shift from how do I qualify this lead to how can I help this person at the beginning of the conversation is what turns a DM conversation into a real deal. Because when people feel like, you know, they're being helped instead of sold, they actually want to work with you. And if you want to see how to create the kind of Instagram content, and this is the DMs, but the actual content that gets people engaged, and then also kind of sliding into your DMs in the first place without having to always DM them first, click the link below. I actually have a free training that breaks down my Instagram content strategy. I'll put it either just here simply as the next video, which you will see. I'll pop it up right here. You will see that video. Go click it, watch it. It's not that long, but it will give you the strategy and the next steps to do. And that's what will help you actually bring leads from Instagram into your DMs, into closed deals. I'll see you guys soon, and you can again subscribe.